Okay, guys, we're going to talk about what we've talked about in Google Meet, but I wanted to put this on a video so you could go back and look at it if you needed to while you're working it on your own today. So, Best Buy means which one's the cheapest. And if this is telling me how much something is for 14 ounces, and this is telling me how much something is for 12 ounces, well, that's hard to compare which one's cheaper because they're different sizes. So if I truly want to compare these two things, I've got to figure out how much 1 ounce of coffee costs. Then I really know which one's the cheapest, because then I will know how much is 1 ounce for both of them. Then I can say, oh, that one's cheaper. So since it's telling me money and ounces, I'm going to do money to ounces, and this is for my Starbucks, and money to ounces, and this is for my McDonald's. Okay, so if this one up here is my Starbucks one, then it's $4.50 for 14 ounces, and I got that right there. I want to know how much is 1 ounce, so I'm going to figure that out here in a minute. Then I'm going to set up this one down here for McDonald's. Again, I know $3.75 for 12 ounces, so $3.75 for 12 ounces, but I want to know how much is 1 ounce, because then I can compare both of them and know how much is 1 ounce. So let me get my calculator here. So I know if this is equal, that when I multiply across this way, I'm going to get $4.50. So that means when I multiply across this way, I have to get $4.50. Sorry. So I'm going to write my equation. 14x times x has to equal 450. And I got that from following this arrow. 14 times x has to equal 450. I'm going to divide both sides by 14. I do that because I want to get that x by itself. You do the opposite. So the opposite of multiplying by 14 is to divide by 14. And whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. Now, this comes out ugly. Now, so I want to talk about money. And money goes out 2 places. So I'm going to look at 2 places behind the decimal point. And that one behind that means that this is going to be 32 cents an ounce at Starbucks. So I do the same thing here. 1 times 375 is 375. So 12 times x has to equal 375. So I'm going to write 12 times x has to equal 375. I'm going to divide that by 12. I'm going to divide that by 12. Because that gets that x by itself, and whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. This one's not quite as ugly, but again, I'm talking about money, so I only need it to go out 2 places. I look at that 2, that's going to make that stay 31, so that's just 31 cents. So now I know if I buy coffee at Starbucks, I'm paying 32 cents an ounce. And if I buy coffee at McDonald's, I'm paying 31 cents an ounce. Well, which one's cheaper? Which one's the Best Buy? McDonald's. Because it's cheaper. 31 cents is cheaper than 32 cents. It's not a huge difference, but hey, there's a difference. Okay, let's look at, now this was money to ounces. This one is going to be money to rolls of toilet paper. Because I know how much money, I know how many rolls. I know how much money, I know how many rolls. So this one is going to be money to rolls. And this one's going to be money to rolls. So $20.91 for 18 rolls of Charmin I want to know how much one roll is going to cost. It's $5.99 for 8 rolls of Angel Soft, but I want to know how much one roll is going to cost. So I'm going to go across this way, and 1 times $20.91 is $20.91. So I know when I say 18 times X, I also have to get $20.91. So I'm going to write that. I know that 18 times X also has to equal $20.91. I want to get that X by itself. So I'm going to divide this by 18 because that's the opposite of multiplying by 18. That gets X by itself. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. So I'm going to divide that by 18, and then I'm going to get my trusty calculator. $20.91 divided by 18 gives me this. Now remember, we're talking about money. So 2 places behind the decimal point. Now that 6 this time is going to make that increase from $1.16 to $1.17. So a roll of toilet paper of Charmin cost $1.17. Now let's see about Angel Soft. 1 times $5.99 is $5.99. So 8 times X also has to equal $5.99. So I'm going to write that equation. 8 times X has to equal $5.99. I want that 8 by itself. So instead of multiply by 8, I want that X by itself, sorry. So I'm going to do the opposite of multiplying by 8. I'm going to divide by 8. That gets the X by itself. Whatever I do to one side of the equation, I have to do the other. So I have to divide this by 8. So $5.99 divided by 8 gives me this. Again, I'm looking at money, but that 8, is it going to stay 74 cents or go up to 75? That 8 would make it go up to 75 cents. So a roll of Charmin cost $1.17. A roll of Angel Soft costs 75 cents. Which one's cheaper? Angel Soft. Okay, so we've done money to ounces. We've done money to rolls of toilet paper. Here, and I color coded it, a package of 12 pairs of socks at Target costs $15, or a package of 10 pairs of socks costs $12.50 at Walmart. Which is the best buy? So what am I comparing? Socks to money. So socks to money, and socks to money. At Target, which I've got that labeled down here for you, 12 socks cost $15, 12 pairs. I want to know how much one pair cost, because then I can truly see which one's cheaper. At Walmart, 10 pairs of socks cost $12.50. So how much does one cost? So I go back and do Target. 15 times 1 is 15. So X times 12 has to be 15. So I'm going to come down here and write that equation. X times 12 has to equal 15. I want to get the X by itself. So instead of multiplying by 12, I divide by 12. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. And 15 divided by 12 is $1.25. So each pair of socks at Target cost $1.25. I'm just going to write Target below here so I remember. All right, so I know $12.50 times 1 is $12.50. So X times 10 has to be $12.50. So x times 10 has to equal 1250. I want to get that x by itself. So instead of multiplying by 10, I do the opposite and divide by 10. And whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. Cross out. And 1250 divided by 10 is $1.25. And that was Walmart. Now look here, guys. They are the same. There's not one that's a better buy or a cheaper, because they are the same, and sometimes that happens. So I hope you watch this, and I hope this helps you, because next week we're going to do something. Oh no, I don't think it's next week. I think it's tomorrow. We're going to do something with a grade like this. So please watch these videos.